Hey there. Okay, I'm back. This is going to be the second video that I've produced for the catalytic converter theft and repair of my 2001 Lincoln Navigator. As you saw if you saw the previous video, I kind of demonstrated how you can bypass your catalytics and make a temporary repair so that you can be roadworthy again and get your vehicle back in action. So we've gone past that now, and I've found some catalytics that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I found them on Amazon. I'll kind of show you how to shop for those. This particular vehicle took 4 converters. If I had bought the exact replacement recommended by Ford and Lincoln, it would have cost over $2,000 just for the converters. In this case, I saved a considerable amount of money. I think I spent about $500 for all 4 replacement converters. They're all legal. The only difference is that they have a little bit less of the precious metals in them, like platinum, palladium, cadmium, whatever all is in those things that makes them so valuable. So in any event, I'm going to show you some precautions I'm going to take. Even though these are the cheaper alternatives, thieves probably won't know that. So I'm going to try and make it apparent to any would-be thief that wants to go in there and steal my converters, to show them that this vehicle is not worth their effort. And I'll demonstrate how. Okay, here I am underneath the vehicle, and as you can see, my first step has been to simply paint my catalytics orange. This is a flame-proof, very high temperature paint that I bought from an auto parts dealer. And this should be able to handle the super high heat that these catalytics generate. That's how they work. They burn the unburned fuel residue after combustion in the engine. It heat the reaction, the catalyst that takes place in these things creates super high temperatures through this honeycomb. Now, I don't know whether you can see all this, but this was another idea I thought I would try. I mean, even a would-be catalytic converter thief has to keep up with risk versus reward, and he has to watch his bottom line. Basically painted over this with high temperature paint also to denote that these are not expensive catalytic converters, that on the black market he may have gotten $100 a piece or so out of my original catalytics, but I've been told that these on the black market are worth roughly $20 a piece. So he's going to risk jail time and a lot of other issues by coming over here and stealing this and giving him a potential of $80 as opposed to a $400 theft. So this is step number 2. Okay, now my next step in securing these catalytics is to actually engrave the VIN number of your vehicle into the catalytics. That gives the authorities identification that they know that this is a stolen catalytic. If they were to catch somebody with it in their car, painted orange, it's kind of obvious, but they still don't know where it came from. It came from anywhere. It could have been something he took off of his own vehicle. So with having a VIN number that he can't identify as being his possession in any way, then that gives the authorities the right to arrest him for theft of stolen property. And I know the laws are slowly changing. It's my understanding that very soon in my community, if the police catch you with cut off Catalytics, that gives them the authority to arrest you on the spot. So the laws are changing because this is kind of becoming an epidemic, and it's certainly in my area, and I think across the country. So the next step, put an identifying mark on here to show that these are your converters. These are the parts I'm going to use for the next step of my securing my catalytic converters. This is basically a steel cable. It's probably a 1/4 inch diameter, maybe 3/8, and it's pretty tough stuff. Although you have these cutters, you can cut it pretty easily. These will probably even cut it. The thing is, a Sawzall doesn't like this. You put a Sawzall blade on it, it bites into a few of these strands, and the strands just grab onto the blade. And as it's oscillating back and forth, the cable's moving with it, and it's just not going to cut very well. So I'm just going to see if I can't wrap some of these in here around the catalytics and the pipes where they cut them, and secure it with these clamps, and we'll just see how that goes. Okay, I am doing my finishing touches on my catalytic converter security system. I've tightened up the last of my clamps. Of course, to kind of rehash everything, I replaced them with a cheaper version of catalytics. I painted them orange, painted cheap on them. Then I engraved my VIN number into it. And then I took this aircraft cable, the steel cable, and I've wrapped it around the catalytics and the pipes where they generally tend to cut them. I've done several wraps. I don't know if you can see all this. All the way, one continuous loop, one continuous wire. And at intervals, I've put these clamps in, and all the way up to the other side. So all 4 of them are now secured. I've done my part to keep these guys honest. And if they want my catalytics so bad that they're willing to risk jail time and do all this extra effort only to make a small amount of money, then I guess they deserve them more than I do. So anyway, I'm going to feel more secure parking it at the boat ramps and at trailheads now. So you know, if you can use any of these security ideas or have other ideas, feel free to let me know. And if you enjoyed this video and thought it was helpful, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.